Alrighty guys and gals, I thought I would go over character creation on ArchAge and just show you a little bit of the customization options. Um, One thing to please avoid, you probably can't see it this very well from this string, or this distance, but for some reason my character, I didn't notice it when creating, has like a snot smear running out of his nose. So that's pretty uncool. It's an unfair representation of myself. But let's move on to the races. So you have a couple different choices: the Nuyen, the Elf, the what is that? Viren, and Harani. Uh, so just kind of looking at these, you've got the male and the female. These are your kind of human-esque looking, knights in shining armor, paladin-esque looking conquerors of the continent. Maybe Roman-esque, established a kingdom, blah blah blah. Their starting traits or their racial traits are they're favored by their gods, and so uh, that doubles the time that their stats are increased. I guess when they're after they're resurrected. So yeah, their buff is that they have a reduction in crafting time for constructing houses and castles. So if you want to build buildings, might be a good race to check out. Elf is also, they're elves. They have knowledge and stuff, and they're honorable and deliberately seek out danger. Okay, whatever. You guys can read that on your own. I don't think you want to listen to me read word for word. But one of their buffs is endurance training. I don't know how useful that's going to be, but it allows them to hold their breath underwater for an additional 20 seconds. So I'm assuming there's going to be quite a bit of underwater battle for that to be worth squat, but I'm not sure. All the other RPGs, I've never spent much time underwater. But this one, who knows? Another buff. Decades spent around the lake. Most elves are talented swimmers, so they swim 5% faster. That would be useful, I suppose, tied in with the holding breath thing. These two races, the Nuyen and the Elves, are on a team. So as you can see on the left here, you start out in Nuia, probably pronouncing that wrong. And then this is the hostile continent, right? So if we move over to the Ferrarian, the cats. Should make one of these characters and call it TARDIS, that little unhappy cat. Yeah, they're cats. They're fast and they do cat things. They play a critical role in the natural world or something. Yep, they play their part. So they have quick reflexes. They take 20% less fall damage. What else? They have long retractable claws, so they climb ladders and trees 30% faster. I've climbed ladders and trees, and I have to say that's probably a pretty beneficial buff, especially if you want to siege castles. Like the humans, they build castles faster, and the cats can just climb the castles faster. The humans can build them, so who's going to win? But that seems like a decent buff from my very limited experience. And we've got these Harani. What are they doing? Look at this. Yeah, they have kingdoms, whatever. They have Portal Mastery, so looking at that, the cooldown on their recall ability is reduced by 30%. That also seems like it's probably a pretty darn good racial buff, just based on my experience in other RPGs, because, an hour cooldown with 30% reduction is quite a bit of time saved. Jungle Tamers. Reducing the time required for logging and herb gathering. Alright. That's, I guess, not bad. So, I made a Nuyen, not a human already. Let's make a cat. So, when you're looking at this, you've got a bunch of different hairstyles. It can be Joe Fro or Mohawk. You can select your hair colors. What else? Let's pick up pink. Let's make a pink cat. Eye colors. Right, is this the eye's shape? Lots of different shapes to choose from. What is this? Selected color. Where's pink? There's pink. Different styles. Facial style. Yeah, we're giving this one, so we're gonna stick with that pink thing. Maybe. Oh, come on. Lip color? Can't select the tattoo color? It's funky. skins. So you can kind of like pick it what your skin is going to look like if you want it to be, you know, smooth-ish, or if you want it to be more weathered. I think as you get farther off, like you can pick the, you know, the weathered look. Someone, a cat that spent too much time out in the sun. You can also increase the intensity lines, make it, you know, as intense or less intense. Okay, that's kind of interesting. You can pick the fur patterns. It says skin color, but it's really fur. Cats don't have skin, we all know that. And other little headdress ornamentations. That's freaky looking. Okay, now he just looks dopey. Yeah, there's quite a few little options for tweaking your character, some, at least to some degree. You can pick scars and increase the size of it or reduce the size of it, change its angle, you can move the location around. So there's lots of different little customizable things when creating your character. I didn't really go over it too much or spend much time on it, just being that it's all going to get wiped at the end of open beta. But we'll do that. So accept that look, and now I need to select a class. I already made the Battle Rage, which is the kind of warrior-esque looking. I think I might do sorcery. Yeah, it's some sorcery. What am I going to call it? Actually, why are we even doing this part? You guys don't care. You were just looking at the little character creation. So boom, there you go. Create a character. Now I've got a kitty cat. Alright, so that's a little character creation. Plenty of customized options. Enough to tweak your stuff and move things around, which is good. And,
An ancient bard's tale once dubbed the
let me get out of this
feeling
crap.
that
Thanks for watching. See you next time.